Right, that's pretty much fully charged. Panel's out permanently now. Bug out bags. Right, before I go, I've just put, I think, 15 cotton wool balls, 100% cotton in a bag, with a spoon, some Vaseline. Normally put the bag inside out, scoop it out and so on, but the bag's still caked in it from last time. So now I'm just going to mix all these up, and that'll be my fire lighting for tonight and tomorrow, or however long I'm out. Bit of Vaseline, mix it all up, squeeze the air out, seal the bag, job done. Right, we've just entered and the bottom's clear. Already there's a lot of greenery on the floor. I wasn't here a few weeks ago. So that's the start of it. In a few weeks we won't be able to get to see any of this woodland. All the undergrowth becomes the overgrowth. And it's about 5, 6, 7 foot tall in places, and it's all starting to grow now. It's nice to lay on like this, bit of insulation. It's not very nice to walk through. There's camp from last time. If you watched last time, you see the pile of logs left over are still there. The walls left there. Right, first off, radio clipped to the outside of the Bergen. Not too knackered, but it wasn't getting here that tired me out. And now the webbing. It was the getting across the field. The field's so boggy. It's quite a nasty trek. I'm heavyweight today, I'm not lightweight, despite the rocket pouches being missing off the Bergen and the rocket pouch being missing off the back of the webbing. I'm heavyweight today. Got a few things I want to try. I always forget to try out when I come up here. Been wanting to try log cabin fire for ages. Generally don't like them because I always thought they were signalling fire. But I suppose on a small scale, it could and would be a practical, sufficient way of starting a fire. But yeah, we're heavyweight. We've got the BOV and the BOT. Because I wanted to bring up the army bed, the tent, and the bedroll. I can carry the bedroll on my back, that was on the Bergen. But I wanted to get the tent and the bed on here, so I put the rocket pouches in here. Rocket pouches just got clothing in, and the hammock. All the water was in the rucksack and webbing. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 or 6 litres of water on my back, and all the light stuff was in the trailer, apart from the tent, the Polish Army Lavu teepee, and the British Army folding bed, the old one, the old heavy one, not this lightweight stuff that people are buying these days, the one that's sort of 10 times the size of that when it's folded down. Right, so let's get this up the top. I still don't know, I fancy being down the bottom, just out of the wind, because there's a lot of wind last night and tonight. But I don't trust the trees down here. Down here is very precarious. I don't think there's a single safe place to put up a tent here, or a hammock. All the trees are on angles. All of them have got broken bits in them. They all come growing over. I think we'll give it a miss. Stay up top in the wind. They're a bit more stable, those trees. Just have to put up with the wind. Right, let's get up top, set up, get a brew on the go. We've got a couple of hours left of light. All the gear's up here. I'm up here. voila, bit wind. Well, I've been here quite some time. I'm normally set up by now, firewood collected, probably on my second or third brew, but I couldn't decide if I should set up the hammock or the teepee. So that's twice I've set up the teepee. First time I moved it, just moved it towards me about 3 foot, had it suspended by a tree, but didn't like it being till there, so I moved it over here and put a pole in it. Pole doesn't really get in the way, just got to careful I don't trip on that guide holding the side open. So I used to have a fire pit right there, so the teepee's sort of over the top of the fire pit, the old one from a long time ago. So I'll have another fire pit out here, and I won't bother using the old one. The hammock's up, but I think I'm just going to put it away. I think I might put the basher up just to the side here. Clear blue sky, or we can even see the moon. Sun's going down over there, so I should really get my arse into gear. I've got the bed up, bed rolls in there, and my jacket. So I'm going to get the fire pit dug next, and then get a brew. But yeah, fancy the teepee for a change. That was it. First time I put it, the bivvy bag opens on the side, and I would have been laying upside down, or I would have to get out the bivvy bag against the teepee. So I had to move it because we're on a slight hill here. I'm lower than the teepee. Everything else goes upwards. Everything comes down to me. So yeah, I had to rotate it, or I'd be sleeping with my feet elevated, and I'd rather be on the flat. As you can see, can't really see very well, but everything comes down a slope. It goes down a lot further that way. There we go. I have to look up. So I'm in the teepee tonight, going to get a fire pit dug, and then I have to sleep in it. If I don't dig the fire pit now, I'll end up putting a basher up over there and sleeping over there. Oh, I just don't know where I want to sleep. Oh well. There's camp. Some firewood left over from last time. Just been sawing up some more. Got the light on charge because it was completely flat from last time. Phone chargers on charge. A couple of base logs in the pit. Teepee set up with a bed. I've just got the basher over the top just to break up the outline from a distance and add a bit of cover in case it rains tonight. It is waterproof, it's just a peg to dry out. And I've got one corner down at the rear taking water away, and of course a collection point as well. So it'll come down here to the eyelet and drip off, so I can put a mess tin or something there to collect it. Could really sling a line up and bring the centre up. Just got 2 front corners on carabiners on a guide, on a ridge line, and then the guide lines that are on there all the time and going off to the same point. Save any sliding knots, save any fuss. Well, gotta have a look at it from a distance. There you go. I suppose the tarp is a bit darker, makes it easier to spot. That's from down the hill, from the side. Remembering it's a sort of stealth camp because there was a house quite clear by, and last year I saw their dog and wouldn't want to meet it. That's the edge of the wood there, then a field, then their house, and camp's just there, just about see. And we're standing right where I've set up a day camp a few times with the radios. There she is. I might have to invest in some camo netting, just like a couple of pieces a metre square, probably mainly for the bike and trailer, not sure. And finally the top of the wood, entrance point just up there, bit of a trail, and there's a camp. So it's not totally stealth, but unless you're actually within 50 foot, you could probably walk by it, but the bike does stick out like a sore thumb. I could lay it down, but that means disconnecting the trailer, and it's hard work pulling out a split pin. I'm lazy. Well, I'm not using the hammock now, so I could open the hammock up and put it over the bike. Some of you might think it's a mess. Some of you might think this is great, but it's I don't know, third or fourth configuration tonight. Just trying different things to see what's more comfortable. No point just setting it up and going to sleep. I've rotated it, moved it, so I'm not going to be sleeping on a funny angle. Got some shelter, got a fire. So as soon as the sun goes down, I'll spark up the fire, a little bit of wood, probably want the same again. Just hoping I'm getting a bit of charge in these things. If that doesn't last long, because it's only been out of my bag about an hour, I've got the battery glow sticks. I normally stand a mess tin up on its side and put a candle inside the mess tin in the TP, so I'll probably be doing that tonight. Saying that, been a bright moon the past couple of nights, not full but bright. We've got no clouds, so shouldn't be too bad. That's why I chose up here. It's a lot more open up here than it is down the bottom. The bottom, you know, the ground's not clear, there's trees everywhere, so it's a lot more open here. So if I do want to walk around for the night, I haven't got too much to worry about. That's why I'm trying to get it all set up here now, and I can stay here without walking around tripping over things and poking my eye out. That'll do. What I don't need, I'm going to pack up and put away, like the hammock. I suppose I could sit in that and chill out tonight, but I think I'm just going to pack it all up now, what I don't need, put it in the trailer just so it's easier for tomorrow. Less to pack up. I can sit on the bed. The bed's great for sitting on. I've only got one side of the TP open. I might open that side as well. And sleeping conditions in there. Just see the check army bedroll, but I removed the cotton sheet and put in a fleece sleeping bag liner. Also got a full blanket to lay on, stop the heat, the cold from coming up under the bed. And a sleeping bag, just a 2-season sleeping bag, you know, if I need it. But the heat normally generated from the fire normally comes straight into the tent as it's facing it, so we should be alright. Yeah, brew. I haven't had a brew yet. Don't want to dehydrate. I've been drinking water. I'll get a brew and I'll go with the mess stove. Have some chocolate and then battle on with the wood. There's now else less to do. So that's it really. Plan is now hobo stove, mess stove, brew, chocolate, bit of chill time. Might even chill out in the hammock. Yeah, that's the plan. Right, coffee. Been wanting to do this for a while. Like I said before, the log cabin fire. It's a crude version of it. 2 sticks that way, 2 sticks that way, 2 sticks that way, so on all the way up, but every other layer you put in, I've got some sticks going across with some dry leaves, and then I've got some sticks going across that way, put some more dry leaves on, then I put some more sticks on that way, then that way, put some more dry leaves on, more sticks that way, then that way, dry leaves that way, and build it all up with the hole at the bottom down there, so I can get my fire starter in there, and it should ignite. I'm going to go twice the height it is now. We'll come back to that. Coffee's just, well, water's just coming to a boil, but we'll get on with this. Right, well, the log cabin's finished. It's like Jenga. Every other layer's got leaves and twigs in it. I don't know if it's going to work. To me it looks too smothered, but we'll give it a go. Coffee's made. Stuff's still there, getting the last desperate charge, which I don't think is doing it any good now. We've still got some red lights. Although, quickly made a coffee. Only just. But I stopped to show you that. Oh, you can't see. The camera's not picking it up. Red sky at night. Right, let's talk about layers. My clothing goes in this rocket pouch, which goes with the day bag webbing, or if I'm out for the night, on the side of the Bergen. I just took off my cap. I've been wearing that just to keep a little bit of heat in, bugs out my ear. So I've got my regatta double fleece hat for later, and my NI gloves. But for now, taking the cap off, I've replaced it with a fleece neck scarf hat thing, so when it's cold later I can drop that down to my neck. It'll keep my neck warm. It's been pre-warmed by my head, and then I can get my double fleece regatta hat on, which is really warm. And on top of me I've got this lightweight British Army breathable t-shirt, and then the 511 shirt, which I've just put on now. The black jumper, it's nothing special, it's just a plain black jumper. Not too bothered about my legs. Moving about never really bothered me. I've got waterproof trousers in there. That normally sits on top of the bag. And a waterproof jacket. Here's my regatta jacket. Right. Gonna go and swing in a hammock now, actually. Now I've got some layers on. See, if I was ready 10 minutes earlier, I could have watched the sun go down in the hammock with the coffee, but I missed it. Well, I nearly missed it. So we're going to get in the hammock, just chill out for a little while. Whoops, nearly sat on that. Right, we're in the hammock. Cheers. I wonder if Mr. Foxy's going to join me. A couple of weeks ago when I was here, the massive fox going around the undergrowth over there, and all I could see with his eyes. So I got the torch and went looking for him, and he was the size of a German Shepherd, no lie. That was one big fox. Gave my cup a right good cleaning the other day. Got the black stuff off. Had sap on it from some fatwood. Had a fatwood fire on a coffee the other day, and it completely massacred the cup. So I scrubbed the hell out of it, which is good because the inside needed a bit of a clean. Can't get all the black stuff off, but I'm not bothered. It'll be back on by tonight or by tomorrow. It looks weird though, it hasn't been this shiny for a long time. This is the time of day where all the animals are coming out because they know it's sun's gone down, it's time to get back to the nest, so you can hear all the birds tweeting for their family to come back or calling their mates. Phone normally picks up the birds, so hopefully it's picking it up today. Nice little camp for tonight. Right, we're making for higher ground. Just had John, Charlie Tango, 11:35 I think it is, on the radio. I'm a bit low down, so we're going to head up the top and try and get a better QSO with him. Just joined the Baofeng family. Yeah, copy, just changing location, standby. Hopefully you can hear that while I'm moving, because I'm just below the ridge.
Are you at home or are you out and about?
There we go, it's a bit clearer now. Yeah, I'm out and about. I was on the side of a hill, so I've just had a quick walk to the top of the hill. So hopefully you can pick me up a little bit better now.
You're blasting out now, no problem at all. Where are you? Near your home, QTH, are you?
Yeah, not too far from there. I'm in a little town, well, village called Staverton. Well, I do sort of most of my overnight videos. Yeah, you probably know Staverton. Not far from Bradford and Avon.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, is this, what channel you're on at the moment, Simon? I haven't got a clue.
Channel 8, 446, decimal 093. Should be Channel 8, PMR. Right, going back in the woods now. Just had a QSO with another Charlie Tango member, as you heard. But he was, obviously the radio set up standard. So I think it's on 10 kilohertz step. And he was using it for PMR channels. And obviously it stepped straight past it and he was off channel instead of 093 or whatever it is. Yeah, it was on 080. So got him to change the kilohertz step. John, if you're watching, just need to put it on wide from narrow mode, get rid of the torque out timer, TTO, torque timeout overtime or something. I'll give you a shout on Facebook when I get home. I doubt I'll be talking to him again later tonight. It's not a far distance, but it's far enough. So it's always handy to have the radio on there in case I ever need to call for help or get a bit bored and want to talk to someone. It's very hard to see now. It's not completely dark. I think it's fine to light the fire. Right, we're going to give this. Let's put the radio somewhere. Back in the hammock, providing it don't rain, otherwise the hammock will fill up with water. Right, we're going to give this a go now, this little fire. See if we can get that. We've had a play on the radio. Now let's play with fire. Can't even see it's that dark. Right, we're going to Vaseline cotton wool balls, light them, shove them in the hole at the bottom, then hopefully it would ignite this stuff. If not, I haven't got a backup fire. I haven't collected a lot of wood because I've been fiddling around with camp and sitting there swinging in the hammock. So this better work because it's the only attempt I've got. Well, I'm going to be running around in the dark trying to light a fire. I haven't got that much wood. So I'm going to have to go out with a head torch and collect some more. Right. What I need to do is sort out some sort of solar charger to charge up AAA batteries because my headlight, that's on high, low, high, low. It's not as good as it could be. That keeps going on and off. turn off the light on the phone. So the solar light lighting up. It thinks it's dark. Right, so I'm cheating. Gonna use, well, I've got the cotton wool Vaseline thing in there. Not using the flint and steel. Doing my little sticky thing, gonna poke it in the hole. And then we're gonna sit back, like I like my fires. I like letting the fire do all the work. And we're gonna see if it works. Smoking like a good one. I've got my back to the TP 6 o'clock, fire's 12 o'clock, and the smoke is going off to the 2 o'clock position, so it's good. The wind is again in my favour, blowing the smoke away. I think that might work. I don't know, not sure. No, I don't think that's going to work. But that's just going to burn out. I think there's too much of a gap at the bottom. Actually, yeah, I might rebuild it. Well, I've got a little bit light. I think the first layer of leaves was just too high up. Yeah, I think the layer of leaves was just too high up. So it's probably not going to ignite. Oh well, we learn. Yeah, I knew that. Why did I do that? I had about 5-inch gap from where the cotton wool is to the first lot of leaves. Oh well, silly me. This is quite gross. Just dragging back some bits of wood. And this one, it's got a tree growing through a bone. What sort of animal's that? Coming through its eye socket. It's quite gross. We'll leave that in case I really run out of firewood. Yeah, look. It's a bone, a skull. Top part of a hair or something. Bit big for a rabbit. Might be a fox. Don't know. That's the side of it. Poor little fucker though, he's got a stick growing through his eye. Anyway, the fire's working. I just relit it from the top. As soon as it took, I just there was a load of leaves left at the top. Obviously the flames didn't reach up to them, so I just lit them. I started going. I stood some sticks upwards because I like standing sticks upwards. They light better. Done that and then run off and got a couple of bits of wood and a skull. Right, ugh, creepy. Now I'm gonna sit back in there and wait for this to go, to catch, to do its thing. Fantastic sound. Wind seems to have gone completely. Flames are going straight up. Don't seem so windy now. I did earlier. That's why I kept contemplating going down the bottom of the hill, but there's no wind. I just don't like the surroundings. It looks a bit dangerous down there for me. Saying that, I'll probably get killed up here tonight. Well, that's definitely roaring now. I've got a solar light. I've got it facing the facing the flames, so the light's like flickering on and off with the light from the fire. I'm not a fan of that. I did want to do it. It'd be right if I split logs to do it. If I'd split logs and had it built like parallel, perfect, like OCD, but didn't think it was going to work. It's working now. So my mistake was having too big a gap at the bottom. There's the firelight and stuff, and then the tinder was up there. It just burnt out before it actually caught light. God, that's roaring though. All the little sticks that were inside that are absolutely roaring, and the thicker sticks are holding the framework up, allowing airflow. Like it, but we'll see how it settles, how it collapses down. Or I might just stick to my normal method of firelighting. Yeah, it's starting to collapse now. Oh, you can see how bright it is. I can feel all the heat on my face. Gonna melt my phone in a minute. Oh well, the fires are light, that's for sure. It still might just die down though. Not overly sure. I mean, I've done this type of fire before when I was younger, like on beach fires, but with logs like 6, 7, well, 4, 6-foot logs. Nothing sort of this small. Oh well, it's working. The flames are bright and hot. Oh well, we'll come back to you in a minute because you're going to be getting bored. It's nice to stare at though. It's burning my face a little bit. It's like a Roman candle. That way, after burning on a jet. Let's take a little walk. Yeah, my head torch is going a bit flat. Hasn't been charged up for God knows how long. Very clear night. Very, very clear. Should be a lot of stars up there tonight. Half moon. A little bit of light. I've got plenty of light. I've got oh yeah, the perks of having the trailer. I've got the back of the trailer facing the camp, so I can turn on the rear lights, and then they give a nice glow, illuminate everything red. Or on the handlebars I've got this torch, which is bright enough I could turn that around, face it in the camp. But I've got glow sticks, candles, and a roaring fire. Let's see if we can get this to squash down a little bit, so we can get some more stuff on it. Yeah, this is too high maintenance, this fire. I like my normal method. Right, I'm gonna go. Oh, my light's on flash. Right, I'm gonna chuck a load of stuff on this, some more stuff. As you see, I just chucked a load of crisscross sticks on them, so it's basically a stick fire. Not overly keen on stick fires. I'd rather just have a little pile of sticks that catch the bigger stuff. It's high maintenance. I don't do high maintenance. I should be sitting down chilling by now, but no. Oh well. Right, I've got a few bits here to snap and chuck on. See, this fire's going to be hard work. Well, it's been hard work. Hard bit's done, lighting it. Just got to feed it now. That's a diabolical fire tonight on my behalf. Trying something new. It's got to be done, I suppose. Well, I'll blame someone for trying. Just might have a go at it again some other point, but stick to the normal routine I think now. Right, I'm going to get another log or two while that does what it does. Don't know if the camera's picking this up, but that is roaring. See if we can get any audio there, not sure if it picked it up. That's like the equivalent to, I think, 10 gas stoves. Sounds fantastic. A lot of heat. Proper job. Lovely and warm. Thirsty. Right, the solar light didn't last much more than an hour. Should have remembered to put it on charge. So that half of the tent's lit up all blue. You can't see it, but everything's glowing blue. And the other half of the tent is glowing orange. Saving the candle for later. I'm not in there, that's just to sort of illuminate it, so if I go in I can see. But the candle will do a better job later. Here's the solar light.
1, 2, 3. There we go. See, it's working. It's working. It's working. It'll just go off in a second. So solar's great. Just don't forget to charge it. That's the idea of bugging out. There we go. It's gone off. That's the idea of coming out, trying things, getting used to it, sort of enjoying it. I enjoy camping. I enjoy stealth camping. I enjoy having a fire. I enjoy my tent. But you know, on a prepper point of view, if the shit hits the fan and you have to bug out, which you probably won't, it's nice to know your gear don't work. So let's just come on to it's charging up by the flames from the fire. Oh, gone off again. So yeah, again, another reason I said it before in other videos, there's no point buying this stuff if you're not going to use it. Yeah, the idea is it's there if you need it, but then when you go to use it, it don't work, or you don't have to use it. So coming out, trying the stuff's great. Now I know when I get home, put everything on charge. The solar light I forgot about, but I put the other solar stuff on charge. The phone chargers, they seem to be working. They've got lights in them too. So I've got some two extra lights there if I need it. 2 sources of charging my phone. Call one a backup, if you will. Fucking things just coming on and off as it feels like it now. Well, I guess I'm charging it tomorrow before I pack up and go home. Main thing is the solar at home's doing well. The panel's screwed to the side of the garage. A 14.4 volt reading earlier. I think it shuts itself down at 14.8 so it don't overcharge. So that's all nice and knowing. Preps at home are working well. So work on the preps outside. Well, that's my excuse for a wild camp anyway. Right, it's just gone 8 o'clock and I've got the firewood up to where I want it. It's laying on 2 logs, just over 3 foot long. So we've got 3 foot by about 1.5 foot, nearly the same as last time. But I've burnt quite a bit already, so I've got enough for the night. And a couple of little sticks left over if I want to get going in the morning, and a very wet one there drying out. But it's roasting in front of here. I've just sawn up about 4 or 5 logs, and the heat from this fire is mental. So I'm going to retire into the lavabo when I've made a coffee, trying to escape this heat. Right, been fed, washed up. There you go, bone dry now. Couple of minutes on the fire, dries it out. Nothing special. Tin of all day breakfast and beef noodles. Just scraped it all out with a stick. 1 baby wipe, and then dry it. And as soon as it's cooled down, I can put it away. Just been talking with Jason, Charlie Tango 965 on the radio. We had John earlier, 1175, and been trying out for Mark on the British Mountains. Well, no, somewhere around the British, I think, over in Wales, 009. So I couldn't get in contact with you tonight, Mark. They've just stopped now, but we've had a music player all night. Luckily I can go over the top of him. Jason had no problems. So washed up now, had a coffee. I think I'm just going to sit in the tent, watch the fire, put these logs on just before I ate, and they're just starting to take now. So a good hour or so there before I have to worry about anything else. It's 10 to 10, so I've got 11, 12, couple of hours worth of firewood there easy. plus the two long ones they're sitting on or standing on. Had to pinch 2 to go under the bed. Problem with these on soft ground is they sink, so I was getting a cold bum and then realised the bed had sunk in the ground. So I put a couple of sticks, logs underneath the legs of the bed, stop it from sinking. Right, I'm just going to rinse out my cup and go and put my feet up. So now I've eaten, I should really move the neck scarf down to my neck, put my hat on, get my fleece on. But it's quite warm in here. These Polish Lavu poncho TP tents are quite good. There's no wind tonight, it's settled completely, all the wind's gone. No sign of rain. Strange being in a calm night. It's normally like storms. I prefer the winter weather, not looking forward to the summer. So I'm not going to bother layering up just yet, because obviously I've got the heat from the fire just out there. And yeah, I'm quite comfy. So just laying back on the British Army folding bed. I've got the Czech bedroll behind me, just sort of laying up against it. And it also doubles up as an armrest. And on that side, I've got my clothing bag with my other arm, so it's like an armchair. Now it's not sinking. Right, 20 past 10. Not going to be going to bed for a couple of hours. Gonna wait till at least 11:30. Just listening to the sound of the fire. Despite that solar light being flat, the candle's sufficient. The candle's lit up the whole floor, which you can't see on the camera. It only picks up immediate light. And I've got one glow stick up there, the blue one, which I like out of the 2, and that's lit up everything to the right of me that you can't see. There's one of my little solar lights. There's the other one. There we go, both working. Of course, I've got the light on the radio. Both the glow sticks have got a torch facility. There's the red one. They do light up the entire ground because they've got whistles at the end of them, which I used to stab into the ground. So I use them for markers, normally for guidelines external. But they illuminate really well in here. Does look pitch black on camera, but it's not. So again, this little solar light and the other little solar light. Seem to be losing my voice tonight. But yeah, it looks really dark in here, but I can see really well. Right, going to do an update with the light on. The reason I was playing with the lights is because my headlight was going a bit flat. Let's see if we can get it on there. Right, ready? Just goes dim. Now I could nick the AAA batteries out of my trailer, but there's no point. I've got plenty of lights. The trailer hasn't got rechargeable batteries, but the headlight has, so there's no point flattening them. Right, my update is I forgot how bloody warm it is in there. I'm a good 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, I'm a good. The TP's a good 4 foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm a good 4 foot from the TP. We're in the TP. And yeah, so I'm 8 foot from that fire, and I am burning up in that tent. I had this problem last time. The fire's not massive, it's not bad, literally a nice bed of coals. Well, see, I laid down those big logs at the base, but I'm sitting in there absolutely roasting. I've took the neck scarf off and put it back on my head because it's not as warm as my hat, but obviously want to keep something on just a thin layer. But man, that's warm in there. Okay, they're not huge. There's plenty of space to lie down. There's plenty of space to keep your kit. That's all you need. I've got all my kit outside. So no, my head torch is flat. Right, let's get the light off the bike so we can show you all the bags are outside because I've got the basher up. The basher, there's the lavu, finishes there, and then finishes there. There's the bags, and then directly above it is the basher, which comes out about 3 foot further than the TP. I should not do any more filming and show you in the daylight. So yeah, bags are outside because they're under the basher. Basher's like I showed you earlier, but I've pulled up the middle now to give me a bit more headroom underneath. Not that I need it, I'm not going to be going under there. It's just covering the lavu tent and covering the gear, just so I've got a bit more room in here, sort of spread out. Not that I need the room. I've just come back in and I can feel the heat on my face already. So I'm like 8 foot away from that, and the heat's just coming in and staying in. I'm not saying that, you know, you're not going to freeze to death if you get one of these, and if you get one of these, you know, you'll survive freezing cold and you don't need a sleeping bag and all this crap. I'm just saying it really does keep the heat in. The single skinned, but the heat, even with the door wide open, I've only got the top 2 buttons done up, so it's more than halfway open, 3/4 open. It's warm in here. Shouldn't moan though, should I really? But God knows what I want to do in the summer though. I think I'll be in the hammock without a tarp. It's just going to be too hot in here in the summer. Hopefully, with the Shit Is the Fan DX weekend coming up soon, the Shit Is the Fan scenario DX weekend, part 2, this will give me some shade from the sun. That's what I'm looking for really, because under the basher and the tarp, it does still get really hot in the sun. Last year was unbearable in the heat. It was too hot. So hopefully I'll get some shelter from the sun, some shade, because even in the trees in the shade it was just so hot. So hopefully it's not, it's like 36 degrees last year for the Shit Is the Fan weekend. So hopefully this weekend it's going to be, I should start doing the event in the weekend, in the winter I think. It's too warm now, it's going to be like in the summer. Oh well. Kit's working well tonight. I'll probably make this like one of my last updates. You've got stacks of wood left, like two layers of it. We get a look. 2 rows of wood, about 1.5 foot long, and then the 2 3-foot bits underneath. Stacks of wood left. It's 20 to 11. If we can, no, you take my word for it. The fire's not going to die down for a little while. Again, I've got more than enough firewood. I'd strike up fire tomorrow, but it's stealth. I don't want to get spotted for smoke bellowing out the woods. And yeah, that's it. It's my little update, really. Although my main headlight's gone flat, I've still got my torch on the bike. Last time I was in the TP, I took the trailer lights off. No, I carried 2 of them. They're on my other bag at the moment. I've got 2 spare lights with belt clips for the trailer, and they normally go in my bag. when I'm on the bike. But I clipped them in here last time and they lit everything up in here red. But I haven't got those, so I've got the glow sticks, so I've got plenty of light. Yeah, these battery glow sticks are great. These ones were from a sports shop that sells stuff directly. No names mentioned. $2.99 or $1.99, where you can get them cheaper. And from a shop that sells items for £1. No names mentioned. You can buy packs of the batteries. And I just change the batteries now and then. These things are great. Or you can bring candles. Personally, I'd rather have something more reusable. Candle finishes up. You've then got rubbish, the metal tray. You've then got to throw it away. You've got to keep buying them and buying them and buying them. But with obviously rechargeable stuff or batteries, these tiny little ones near £1 for, like, I don't know, about 50. It's probably the cheap alternative, and they're great markers. They're 2-in-1. You've got a marker, a glow stick, and a torch. You can use them as a marker, a light, a source of light, and there's a whistle. You know, I could get 10 candles, night lights, for £1, or a couple of quid for one of these, but this does so much more and lasts a lot longer. And again, the red one. They are just brilliant little things, and I'm loving this loving this teepee. Oh, it's got some stamp up there. 1972. Okay, it's got 1972. This thing's older than me. Wow. Mental. Right, I think this will be the last clip for tonight. I've got my EDC phone charger for tonight, and then if I need it tomorrow, that one. Just turn the radio off. Glow sticks and torches handy. Check army bed roll, and as a pillow I've got my sleeping bag in the compression sack. There's the old candle in the mess tin. Ample light in here, really is bright enough, and on top of it, it's keeping warm one of my alloy bottles. With can't see, yeah, a little alloy bottle there, just under a litre, 75 cl I think. Water. I've just twisted the lid slightly loose, so it doesn't explode. It's not getting hot, it's just getting warm from the heat of the candle. So if I need that, I can just grab it through the night and put it in the bivvy bag with me. Itchy foot. Oh, there's my boots. Oh, better zoom out. Zoom out of them. Bivvy bag. Wool blanket and fleece bag liner. I didn't bother putting the foil blanket down like I was going to. I'm laying on my regatta jacket, so if I get cold I can just pull the sleeping bag out from underneath me and get in that. I think the bivvy bag zipped up, and the sleeping bag liner is like for a hooded sleeping bag. So it's got this big flap thing on it, and that you lay your head on. But luckily, the bivvy bag zip is on my left, and the opening for the sleeping bag liner is supposed to be on the right. So by putting the sleeping bag liner opening on the left, the hood bit comes over my face. So I can do up the bivvy bag, and then there's a flap left which should be in the hood of a sleeping bag, but it's on the top instead of the bottom, and that can just go over my face if I get cold. Because the last thing you want to do is put your head inside a bivvy bag. You'll just get wet through condensation. So it's only 25 past 11. I'm not going to go to sleep until that fire's died down quite a bit. I'm just in here sort of laying down, chillaxing, sort of heating it up like a trick I do at home. I said before about being camping. Put your coat on, give it 5-10 minutes, then go outside. Gives your jacket a chance to warm up. And the same with your sleeping bag. Don't get in it and go to sleep. You'll be cold. Get in it, drink a coffee, have something to eat, whatever you do before you go to sleep. Give it time for it to warm up, to neutralise. Otherwise you won't be able to sleep if you get into a cold jacket or a cold sleeping bag in this case. So I'm in here now, let my body heat get out, sort of neutralise the cold air that's in here. Already feeling toasty, so when I do want to go to sleep, whenever that burns down, it should be nice and warm. I do this at home. I'm sort of a smoker, as you might have already known. Bad habit smoking, but I don't smoke in the house. So when I have to obviously go outside, I put my coat on. But I normally put my coat on, make a coffee, roll a cigarette, then go and have a cigarette. Gives my jacket a chance to warm up, so I don't go outside in the cold with a cold jacket. Hopefully you're following me in this. It seems really simple and trivial, but you know, little tips like this will help you stay warm. So yeah, you don't want to get into a cold sleeping bag. So get into your sleeping bag, let it warm up, and then go to sleep. This might be absolute bollocks to most of you, but it's my method of doing things. Just enjoying being on this bed, in the lavabo. Cracking little TP. Right, I'll bid you all good night, because I'm probably not going to go to sleep for another hour or two, but it saves me videoing in the dark. But yeah, I've got a hot water bottle to keep them warm, in case I need it. The candle's an 8-hour candle, and they've been tried and tested. They do last 8 hours. So I'm going to let that burn all through the night. I don't have to worry about carbon monoxide. The tent is well vented, and it will keep that bottle on top of it nice and warm. So if I do feel cold for the night, I can just grab that bottle and put it down by my feet or something. But I think I'm going to be okay. Right, I'm going to stick my phone on charge and have a little look on the old Facebook. See who's on there tonight. Right, catch you tomorrow, YouTube. Can't show you now, I'm in bed. I'll show you tomorrow. But I'll put some carabiners, just the small cheap ones, through the buttonholes of the TP flap. So when I shut it, I can just flap over the button. The carabiners, there's one for there and one further down. I can probably reach them from being in bed. It just saves me filling my buttons or trying to peg it at the bottom. I did use last time a bit of paracord, like 3 inches of it, and just loop it over. But this time I've got, a couple of little carabiners I've just put on there, just to flip them over, keep it closed. Unless I fall asleep with it open. Don't know, we'll see. Right, good night YouTube. I'll catch you tomorrow morning sometime. Unless I shut the door, and it'll be tomorrow afternoon sometime.